everyone. Welcome back. Please come rate, subscribe, folks. Come rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone who does watch, like, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. It's time to talk about yet another, trade speculation that's going on. And this time, it's Robby Anderson. Should we trade Robby Anderson? Listen, you look at this situation here, and I kind of understand both arguments. You look at the people who wanna trade him, and the first thing they're saying is you're gonna lose him in free agency anyway. He's not gonna re-sign here. If you know you're gonna lose him, and you know that he's not gonna sign, then guess what? Trade him, get some value now. Get some now. The question is, because I remember last year, the Eagles were interested, supposedly. There was rumors out there that they had tried to call Mike McCagney, who was our general manager at the time, and say, hey, we want Robby Anderson. They were willing to give up a third-round pick, but McCagney hung up that phone and said, no, thank you. So you look at him coming into this year, and this offense has looked way worse than it did last year. And you're saying, okay, well, what is his value now? Because if it was a third-round pick last year, it definitely ain't a third-round pick now. He's so lost in this offense. Of course, he's had, like that Cowboys game where he had that 92-yard bomb. He looked good. But that's the only game this year where we've seen, Robby really fly, catch the football, get these deep shots. Other than that, it's been, next to nothing. And, we've all been, really kind of surprised at the lack of balls going his way. And also, some plays where he's giving up on routes where it just seems like he's just whatever, because we're just in a horrible situation in the game. So I don't know exactly what you would get for him at this point. I don't think you would get a third rounder for him, that's for sure. And then the other question is, okay, if you do want to keep him and you don't want to trade him, do you want to overpay him to stay? Because again, the name of the game in free agency is overpaying. That's what happens. There's a lot of, wide receivers that aren't in the league of Robby that get paid big time to go to other places. And it's do you want to overpay Robby? Do you think he's a guy that we should pay $10, $11, $12 million a year? I don't think he is. He's definitely not a number one. I think at best, probably maybe a low two, maybe a really good complimentary third wide receiver, a guy that can take the top off the defense, a speedster. Because I don't think he's a complete wide receiver. We haven't ever seen him necessarily be a complete wide receiver. He doesn't run every route in the route tree. This guy is a go guy. You get him the football in his hands as he's streaking down the field, and he can put up 6. He cooks some really good corners. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's a speedster. But, you looking for anything outside of that, and I don't know if you can call on Robby. And that leads me to the people, that look at this situation that are against it as well. They're looking and they're saying, hey, if you trade him, we kind of lose the explosion offensively here. Because outside of him, I think the next fastest wide receiver that we might have on this roster is Crowder. Crowder might be a guy, but he's not like Robby. He's not as explosive as Robby, especially going down the field. He's a guy that can catch the ball in the middle of the field, and he's got some scoot to him. But Robby can fly, man. So you're wondering, hey, if you get rid of Robby and you trade him, you're killing the explosion. It makes defenses, it makes it much easier to defend us. And then also they're looking at the situation and also saying, hey, what about Sam? Sam has got a lot of chemistry with Robby. They've worked together for a long time. Are you killing Sam's growth when you take away his targets? Even though things aren't looking good this year. Damn, they've connected in the past and been very solid together. Why would you want to get rid of Robby? So I don't know, man. I'm looking at the situation for me, and I'm a guy that I don't think that we'll be able to keep him. I really don't. I think he wants to test free agency. He's already made some tweets recently. Go to Robby. Listen, if you don't follow Robby Anderson, go to his Twitter. He's hilarious, man. He tweets a lot of stuff that's just funny. But one of the things that he said, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but legacy is cool and everything, but the money is mandatory. One of the statements that he said, hey, but the money is mandatory. He thinks money is important. Legacy for him, is cool. He worries about his legacy, but the money is mandatory. That's what he said. So if the money is mandatory, that means he wants to get paid. And he might want to get paid number one wide receiver money, which is, I don't think he's the number one wide receiver. I don't think any of us think he's the number one wide receiver, especially if you watch the games. So I think that we should move on from him just within that instance when you look at the situation from that standpoint. But, again, I don't know exactly what you get for him. If you can't get a third rounder for him and you end up giving him away for like a fifth or, a low fourth round, something like that, it doesn't look bad, but I mean, at least you get something back for him, right? Instead of just losing him in free agency and then that's that. So comment down below, folks. Let me know what you folks think. Again, I'm really big on, if we can move him for a third rounder, I'm fine. I don't think we'll get anything higher than a third rounder for him. But if you want to keep Robby Anderson, let me know. Comment down below. If you want to move on from him, comment down below as well. Let me hear your arguments too. So you folks have a good day. Peace.